I'm locked on to Joy 99.7 FM. And it's a lovely Thursday. Now, when you hear this song, you know we're about to celebrate another great Ghanaian fellow. And this evening, I'm hosting my very own brother, born Nana Richard Abiona. He is a Ghanaian British recording artist. We know him as Fuse ODG. And yes, he's done a lot for himself. He's raised the flag of Ghana high to other parts of the world, pushing the motherland. And tonight we're celebrating right here on Personality Profile on Joy 99.7 FM. Well, he's best known for his single Antenna, which peaked at number 7 on the UK singles chart. And also he featured on Major Laser's Light It Up remix, peaked at number 7 on the UK singles chart as well. He was born in London and raised in Ghana, and he's very conscious when it comes to the motherland. Fuse ODG is my guest right here on Personality Profile. Welcome, my brother.
That was a very beautiful introduction, bro.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Always good to see you. You're looking good, bro.
Wow, I'm trying with the beer. I want to be like you.
I'm trying to be like you. Nice.
And congratulations on the Tina Festival. It was amazing.
Thank you so much.
It was amazing.
I'm so happy that it actually happened, because we've been meditating and planning this for a while now, and it's always been a part of the vision for us to have a physical manifestation of the movement. You know, common grounds for our people to connect. You know, Ghanaians in Ghana, Ghanaians outside of Ghana, artists based in Ghana, artists based outside, all of us being on the same ground and connecting and catching a vibe for a greater purpose. It was definitely good.
All right, and in your own words, I mean, if there's a word probably could use to describe the Tina Festival, what would that be?
Oh, wow. Historical.
Historical.
Yeah, historical. It's never happened before like that, you know. It's never happened before, because usually we're doing like Glastonbury, Wireless, Coachella, performing in Ibiza and all these places that, you know, it's usually a different audience. But now these caliber of artists, I wanted to bring them back home, and it's nice that we could do the same in Ghana and incorporating our Ghanaian artists as well.
And when did this idea, you know, of bringing it all home, you know, come to you?
I mean, when you think about hip hop, you know, it's America. You go to America for hip hop festivals. You go to Europe for dance, techno kind of music. And where do you go for Afrobeats?
Okay,
you know, it's time to, you know, have a home, a nation for Afrobeat. So I wanted to be Ghana. So Tina Festival is literally the platform to host Afrobeats. Anybody who loves Afrobeats, anybody who's inspired by Africa, come to Ghana for Tina Festival. That's the vibe.
Okay, and after having such a successful event, what's the feedback that you're getting?
Oh man, the feedback's been crazy. I'm so happy that it happened. We've put in so much work. You know, big up to the team, the ODG team, man. Everybody put in so much work. The feedback's been phenomenal. And seeing the pictures, how everybody was dressed. You know, Kente party with their Kente touch outfits.
They adhered to the dress code.
Yeah, it was crazy. Everybody adhered to the dress code, and I love that. And I'm seeing more things that I'm like, wow, that was there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was beautiful, man.
And what would you say was the highest point for the entire festival? I mean, you came through, you met the media, and then you took them over to the school, the amazing project you're putting together,
and then the conference,
and then the show itself,
the festival.
Out of all, what was the high point for you?
The conference was very important to me because it was nice seeing all these like-minded people discussing how we can improve ourselves as a nation, you know, as the diaspora and as Ghanaians. And there were so many ideas flying around that people needed to vent. People needed to, you know, bring out all these topics and discussion, how to move back home. What are we doing here to, you know, change people's mentality? We even spoke about religion. You know, we even spoke about, you know, how to connect to black people from across the world. You know, there was some interesting issues that was touched on. Also, going to the school was really touching for me because, you know, having the media come to the school, because I'm always talking about it. So seeing everyone coming to the school and actually meeting the kids for themselves and them feeling it, you know, they really felt like, wow, this is real. You know, these kids are real. We're changing these kids' lives. Everything that we're doing is for these kids. You know, so for them to meet them, and there was a painting, you know, activity. We're painting the classrooms and everything, and it was nice seeing.
I saw pictures of that.
Yeah, nice seeing different artists and different volunteers were all painting together. You know, because it takes a village to raise a child. So it felt like the village came together for the school. So both were definitely highlights, and of course, having people like Steph London, Skepta, Bizzle, Kojo Funds, all under the same building with Saka there, Joey B.
Yeah.
Medical. Like, it was nice having all these people under the same roof. Because it's never really happened before like that, and it was under the roof where it's kind of like a self-love ground. Everybody love. It was everybody giving compliments to each other. It was on a nice basis. It wasn't on no, you think you're a star kind of situation. Like, we're all there, for a greater purpose.
And interestingly, I mean, you like to do things very differently, and I think you have a reason why. You didn't go for the usual venues, the National Theatre or the Conference Centre.
Yeah.
You took the Round Pavilion.
Yeah.
What went into that decision?
Man, we were looking for the right venue, and we wanted something different because we felt like every event it's always happening at the same venues. So even at the time that we started looking, the Fantasy Dome was just being built.
Yeah.
So then we were just checking how they were building it and asking questions. So how is it going to be? How's that going to be? Where are the dress rooms going to be? Where are the activities going to take place? So as we walked out, we saw the Round Pavilion. I think, actually, wait, this is actually an interesting building. So we walked inside, and because I've done so many shows, like across the world, from Dubai, of course, Europe, America, just all these places, and I see the strangest venues.
Yeah.
Like, I see the weirdest buildings, like even in Holland, but I see people do so much with nothing. Okay. So when we saw that, we saw gold. You get it? But
nice.
It hadn't been used for any music events before.
Yeah.
Cobwebs everywhere.
I was there for a party once, years ago.
Yeah. So, people don't really use it like that. But we saw it as something that we can actually, change and bring an experience to it. And also the history behind it. It's called the Trade Fair.
Yeah.
It encourages trading. Kwame Nkrumah built that place to encourage trading amongst Africans. So... And it just aligned with our mission, us working with each other, spending time with each other, building trust, then doing business. So to me, it felt spiritual to use that place since it was built by Nkrumah, and also the theme behind why the building exists in the first place. And plus, from even a visual perspective, we saw, the round stage and everything. So everything just clicked, and it just made sense to us to do it there.
Wonderful. And the execution was beautiful. And we know definitely that the Tina Festival is indeed here to stay.
That's it. It's definitely here to stay, and it comes with a different vibe.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so our guest on Personality Profile for tonight is our own brother Fuse ODG. If you have any questions, you can send them via WhatsApp 0244340437. That's 0244340437. Now let's get up close and personal.
Yeah.
You were born in the UK and you were raised in Ghana.
Yeah.
Tell us about your childhood. How was it like growing up?
Yeah, and I mean, growing up in Ghana, I grew up in Ashtown.
Ashtown.
Kumasi. Yeah. So I proper
grew up. I was
in Santini. So we're through hood Mufa. So downtown Ashtown, we always used to play football like in Shempaba near the Bobo Road. So like, and I was very young, like 7, 8.
Okay.
Running around in Crofrom and everything. Like, so it's funny because I thought I was a big boy because everybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
Like, running around. Playing football everywhere and just roaming about for no reason, but there was so much happiness in just being free as a kid.
Did you have any siblings?
Yeah, now we have I got the 7 of us.
You're 7?
Yeah, the 7 of us. Yeah.
You're number what?
I'm number 2, the oldest male.
Okay.
Yeah, Kojo Taylor's actually my brother as well.
I see.
Yeah, I have an older sister who's currently in Accra.
Okay.
And then we go from 30 something to 12.
To 12?
Imagine that. And,
I see.
Yeah, so there's a lot of us in between. But growing up in Ghana, I felt more free as a child. But when I went to the UK, around 11, 12, I felt more like that's when, like in Breathy, I said I'm a human being in Africa, but a black man in America, African in England. So I felt like I was put in a certain box in the UK. I was an African in the UK.
Okay.
You know, where they treat you a certain way by the way that you look.
Okay.
And these kids have
as in your color.
Okay. But like your race, your color. And these kids or the general public have a perception of the color. You know, if you're black, there's a perception for a black man. If you're, white, there's a perception. But perception for Africa was so terrible that I wasn't so proud being an African in the UK. So I felt more.
Was
freer.
it anything that you went through? What, like, did you encounter a lot of racism, and all that?
Yeah, no, I definitely encountered a lot of racism from the kids around me. I had a lot of fights just trying to defend myself. Because they didn't see Africa as cool, like African accent, people are laughing at you. It wasn't nice, and it's how they were all conditioned and nurtured. Because I realized that when I'm watching TV, everything I'm seeing of Africa was just like animals in the jungles, kids dying, diseases. So there was nothing cool about being African back then. So it kind of made me stray away from, being an African, and I became more British than anything else. Until I'm tuning your kakran. So because you wanted your accent to, people needed to know that I'm British. I'm not really African, that kind of vibe, man. But over time, I came back to being myself, and that's what this mission is for those kids who leave Ghana and go to other places, for them not to forget their roots. Don't forget your mother tongue. I said that in Breathy as well. Just remember who you are. Always be proud of who you are, and that's what the mission is about. And also, of course, coming back, I also realized a lot of things have changed in Ghana. Okay. In terms of like the talent was crazy to me. Like I was seeing amazing talent. The food was tasting mad to me. Like it's like I forgot how our culture. Our culture was so beautiful. Like the technology, everything. To me, I was making world class music over here, and I wanted to share that culture with the world, and that's really how Fuse ODG was, shaped because of my experience coming back as a Ghanaian and coming back to being who I really am. So definitely had an interesting childhood, and I think me being Fuse ODG, it really contributed to me being the person I am with the sound. You hear the British side of me, and then you hear the Ghanaian side, and of course I'm always elevating the Ghanaian flag so people can understand that being yourself is everything. Being Ghana is who I am. Being British is who I kind of went through, in order to survive.
But what would you say was the biggest challenge bridging two cultures, being Ghanaian or of Ghanaian descent and then living in the UK? Yeah. What was the biggest challenge when it came to how best you bridged the two different cultures?
Musically, it was kind of easy because I grew up in the grime era, and it was natural for me. And I started spending time in Ghana, so the music I was taking in from here, it naturally merged with who I am anyway. So it was to me it was exciting because we were creating something new. And that's how a song like Antenna, came about. Dangerous Love and stuff like that. So definitely to me, it was just natural for me because I had lived half and half, anyways, with my life. So it wasn't that hard. One thing I was challenging was when I'm in Ghana, I'm a from like London boy, more London as well. Yeah, more London as well. We're a Ghana boy. So it's like I'm in a displaced, nation. Okay. And to me, I want New African Nation to kind of be one. We're all one people. It doesn't matter. To me, like even if I have been living here, I'm still Ghanaian. Or even if I look different from you, if I'm light skinned or whatever, like, or me bro ni me Ghanaian, like, so we really need to just get back to the mentality where we see black people as one, so we can move and fight together.
Okay. Now you did say that I think around the age of 12, that's when you moved to the UK. Whose decision was it that you should go to the UK?
Oh, my parents, because my dad's business went mad.
Okay. Yeah. So is it like one of them is based here, one of them is in the UK?
They were both here. Okay. But because I was the only one that was born in London as well. Okay. It was just easier for me to join them. But yeah, I reckon it was my dad. My dad's idea because his business went bust. Okay. In Kumasi. It's a construction company. Okay. So yeah, they moved back to London. Right.
Let's talk about your education. Where did you go to school?
In Kumasi, I went to Perpetua Secondary school, but it no longer exists. Yeah, I went back and there's nothing there. Big up all the students, ex-students from Perpetual.
Okay.
Charlie, I'm a boy, like
I'm a boomer,
yeah, Charlie, Uber class not one boo boo mirror compound now the king.
At the slightest thing.
I swear.
Wow.
With shoes I had there, I don't know, Pat. You get a question wrong, Pat. Smile, your teeth is yellow, Pat.
I see.
I swear, but you know, the discipline level there was crazy.
Mm.
And I even think when I went back to London, I was spoiled because everyone was messing around in class and nobody was saying anything. You know, the teachers were allowing the kids to play around. I was like, wow, this is like heaven. I can mess around. Nobody can hit me with a cane, you know, and even mess me up academically because I wasn't doing as well as I was. I was a top 5 student.
But do you think you'd have turned out differently if you were raised in the UK, especially in the early parts of your life?
You know what? It's hard to say, but someone like Mr. Hackett has always grown up in the UK, but his mind is different.
Okay.
Do you get it? So he's someone that I even respect more because he knows himself. He knows he's African, even though he's actually from Jamaica. He knows he's African.
Oh, he's Jamaican?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Hackett. You have a Jamaican look,
yeah. So for someone like him to still be aware of his culture and his roots, being Africa is very inspiring. So I'd like to think that I would have been like him and actually found my feet in Africa. But definitely it's hard to say, you know, but everything is God's plan. But things will probably be different. My sound will probably be different. I'll probably be a grime artist. You know, you
I
just
see.
never know.
I see. All right, we're having a conversation with Fuse ODG right here on Personality Profile on Joy 99.7 FM. Your questions for Fuse can come through WhatsApp 0244-340437. Now, Fuse, did you always have it at the back of your mind that you wanted to become who you are now? Or was it a childhood thing?
Yeah, I've always, even back in Ashtown, we were making music, and my brothers and sisters will tell you the kind of songs that I was making everybody sing. So I was still writing songs when we were young. So I always, you know, on the tape cassette. So if people like Lord Kenya, Reggie Rockstone, or Braffo, like back then, you know,
I see.
it's them that I was listening to. And yeah, man, they were just so cool to me.
Were you singing? Were you rapping?
It was both rapping and singing.
Okay.
You get it? So someone like Lord Kenya just made me want to rap.
I see.
You get it? Or Braffo made me want to rap. That's the way driving nice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
You know, all these kind of vibes that I was soaking in when I was a child, you know, in Ghana. So I've always been interested. So when I went to London, I would still be, you know, trying to recreate the songs I was hearing in the UK, like So Solid, on the tape cassette. And even mixing it with a Lord Kenya or someone from Ghana, because I still had my Ghana tapes with me because I missed Ghana so much. Like I would still play my Lord Kenyas and my Braffos and my Reggie Rockstones, you know, back in London. So definitely I've always been interested, and there's evidence. You can hear some of my first early songs and it's so funny.
I see.
And I hope you don't hear it. But definitely I've always been interested in making music. It's just my first performance when I was 16 somewhere in Croydon is what really made me want to pursue it fully.
Okay.
I was so passionate about it. I felt the adrenaline that I felt when I came off stage. I said, nah, this is what I want. You know?
But being the second of 7 children, did you have that support from your parents? Because I'm sure probably you're in the UK, they want you maybe to be a lawyer, a doctor or something.
For sure. They did want that, but at the same time, they didn't stop me.
Okay.
They didn't encourage me, but they didn't stop me.
Okay.
You know, so they were kind of in the middle, and everybody would come to my house, and I had a studio set up in my bedroom, like a skinny mic.
Okay.
With a tissue around it, and that's how everybody
to prevent the
the pop. It was like the pop filter, so I had a tissue around it. Like,
okay.
So funny. So everyone would come. Even Mr. Hackett would come to the house when we were all young. Everybody would come and make music because I learned how to make songs. You know, through YouTube, and it wasn't even YouTube. Like I think there was a program on a computer called Magix. I don't know if anybody's even heard of it before, man. But I was using that to make songs, and I was doing cover songs, and then I started recording my own on other people's beats.
Okay.
And everybody started coming to the house, and we just all making songs. People were recording mixtapes from my bedroom. You know, my parents allowed all these people to come, you know, so big shout out to my parents. They really did well, tolerating all the noise.
Okay. And when did that moment happen where you heard your song on radio for the first time?
Man, it was actually more, it went crazy on YouTube.
Okay.
And then and you remember the first video had people with masks. So then the next day I was hearing people talk about it, but they didn't even know it was me. Do you
I
get it? So
see.
that's how crazy it went. It went crazy straight away. You have people even, and at the time we were running workshops, music workshops with ex-offenders, you know, with our company, London Mobile Studios. And someone came to the meeting and he's like, yeah, have you seen this new video? Like, it's crazy. Like, these two people in the masks were like, yo, that's my song. Like, and we just dropped it like a day or two ago and everyone was talking about it. But hearing it on radio it was all happening too fast. Like,
Okay. But do you remember exactly
I
where you
saw
were
people
when the
uploading
first time you heard
videos.
it?
Yeah, probably trying to remember the first time I ever heard it on radio. It's gonna be even hard to, because it was all over the place. It was
Okay.
on so many radio stations in so many different countries. Everybody's uploading their videos.
Wow.
You know, straight away the next day, everybody's uploading their videos doing Azonto. It was a lot, and we really appreciate, you know, God's preparation, because I'd been making music way before, so it wasn't like, and I'd been performing way before, so it wasn't something that just happened and I didn't know what to do, because I'd been performing at underground shows for many years.
Okay, but you were all psyched up for music from the time you were young to where you are now.
Yeah.
But did you at any point in time feel like maybe you had made the wrong decision, you wanted to quit?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to quit, but I didn't think that I made the wrong decision. But definitely I was frustrated, you know, because
What were some of the frustrations?
you always feel like you're as good as the next person that's out there. Like, I'm better than this person. Why are they out there doing, you know, on the radio, DJs are playing their songs, MTV playing their videos, but I'm just as good, because we had so many videos rejected by MTV, rejected by, at the time, Channel U. There's a channel, it's an urban channel. They were completely rejecting all our videos.
I see.
Again, Mr. Hackett was there, like, and it's so frustrating because you're seeing other videos and you're like, nah, my video is better. Do you get it? So, and then you go to shows and other people are getting treated better than you because people know them. But, you know, these are all part of the journey. And if you're an up-and-coming artist, trust me, the frustration level can peak. It can be so real that you just want to give up. But please do not give up. No matter what you're doing in your life, in any creative field, do not give up, because there's always light. If you stay in your lane, you're consistent with what you're doing, you're working hard, eventually you will see some success in it, you know. And I always say to people that just look at it as preparation. God is preparing you for the journey, you know. So I had to always be stronger, you know. Whenever I felt like giving up, I always had to remind myself that God is just preparing us for what's about to come.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Now, you have quite a number of hits.
Yeah.
What is that one hit that made Fuse ODG in your own estimation?
I think a song like
I'm torn between Antenna and Azonto.
yeah, definitely Azonto. Just, of course, Azonto really was crazy everywhere worldwide. But I think, you know, £1 Million Girl let people know that, right, this guy can actually make songs. You know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about fast tempo. He can actually make different types of songs. And £1 Million Girl was intentional. Like, I wanted to put a different tempo out there.
Okay.
You know, just to show people, like, listen.
It doesn't have to be up tempo all the time.
Yes, we can do the sexy vibes as well. And the girls loved it.
Yeah.
You know, the faces of our shows started changing. Like, so many girls would now come to our shows. You get it because of £1 Million Girl. But definitely Azonto is what put us on the map, because we pretty much traveled the whole world on Azonto. We did a world tour based on Azonto, you know, and we learned a lot. And that's what even gave birth to This Is New Africa, because we toured the whole of Africa and we saw a whole new Africa that we'd never seen on TV before. That I felt like it was our responsibility as Africans to showcase this narrative of Africa, of beauty, of talent, you know, of great food, of, you know, business opportunities. You know, we saw a whole new Africa that we wanted the world to see.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm going to get to questions pretty shortly, but I can send them through WhatsApp 0244340437. Having a great conversation with Fuse ODG right here on Personality Profile. And Fuse, well, you moved on to win, you know, at the Mobile Awards, the 18th anniversary. You won the Best African Act. How did that make you feel?
That was, again, a historical moment, because it's a moment that had never happened before, because they first of all they showed it on mainstream TV, and I had to let them know that it was more than music. And if you listen back to that speech, I said some really deep stuff, but you can fast forward it to now and know that actually everything that I said, I'm doing it right now. Do you get it? Like, so I said I was gonna stand up for Africa through the music. You get it? There's a different narrative that we need to tell, and we're gonna do that as black men, you know, who are African, you know, and that's exactly what we're doing now. So to me, it was a monumental moment because I knew the whole country was watching it, and that was the moment for me to let them know that, you know, Afrobeats is here to stay. Fuse ODG is here to stay. Africa is here to stay, and it's time to change the narrative. And it's never happened like that before. And the performance and everything, it was the first ever, you know, Afrobeats performance on mainstream TV. You know, so we made sure that we put in the time to make sure that the production was right, how it all came across. So you can see how epic it looks when you watch it. But it definitely did a lot for Afrobeats.
Okay. All right. Now, Fuse, we live in an era where a lot of people are trying to get their music out there from Ghana.
Yeah.
And you're out there and you're rather drawing the attention back home. Have you tried speaking to other artists to be on the same mindset level with them as well?
Every time I see people, like the last time I saw Kwesi Alpha, I said to him, yo, like, I love what you're doing, but we always have to make sure that the vision is greater than the environment that we're in. So you get it, that the vision is worldwide, you know. So I definitely, and when I was with, you know, Kwame Eugene and Kiddy, you know, similar conversations about keeping that, you know, yes, it's great for us to represent in Ghana, but we also need to think how we can influence the world through the music as well. So definitely the conversations are happening, and then, you know, it's nice to have the conversations, but then we need to take the actions.
Yeah.
You know, the tools to get there.
Yeah.
And that's another situation that I can see happening, especially with the kind of people that I'm bringing now and the kind of people that I want these artists to connect with, you know. So,
okay.
And also even with managers, learning about, you know, the, you know, publishing and royalties and you know, difference between record label and publishing and registering here and registering there and making sure that you're getting the right royalties. Or, you know, just the little things that, you know, it's sometimes it's hard to ask someone, you know, how, because you look established, but it's okay. I'm always still learning. I'm still learning as an artist, and I'm out there, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
definitely.
But you come from a system where, I mean, there's a system in place that works over in the UK. So everything actually works, from radio to royalties to all that. Have you ever received royalties for your music in Ghana?
In Ghana, no, I haven't. I haven't received royalties for my music in Ghana. But I think Gamro now has a new energy to restructure the music system here.
Are you a member of Musica?
Pardon?
Are you a member of the Musicians Union of Ghana?
Am I on board?
Are you a member?
No, I'm not sure if I'm a member, but we were speaking to them.
Okay.
And it's just like, the thing is, nobody gonna feel like they want to be a part of it if there's no money there. Because it's like when you ask them what's going on, it's like they haven't. So basically, it looks like everybody's not doing their job. And I'm talking about you as a DJ, Joy FM as a station, Ghana Rocks, Tina Festival, that festival. It looks like nobody's doing their job. So what happens is when you do a show... What do you mean by
nobody's doing their job?
So when you, like how you do your show right now,
after
you do your show, you need to have a list of all the songs that you've played. So there's a record of every single song that you've played, and then someone needs to come, or your team department input it into a system that lets musical know that this is what songs that are played, and then you guys have to pay you have to make payment for the music
royalties.
that you played. Yeah, you have to pay royalties.
Yes, we do pay royalties to Gamro as in the outfit.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is it hasn't been consistent in tracing everything that's been played, and then music are getting the information, and not everybody's being consistent in paying up. Do you get it? But I'm willing to make sure that I do what I can to make the system work. But it looks like not everybody's willing. But we all just need to work together and put a system in place where, because these artists, we need funds to survive. It's very simple. Like, for you to function peacefully and to be able to create, you know, and to be able to shoot the kind of videos that we want to shoot to represent Ghana, we need funds. So, you know, I respect, you know, Ghanaian artists because they're still putting in so much work, even though the system don't really favor them in terms of royalties. But that's because every single body as in body, as an organization, needs to be doing their job. Everybody needs to be recording the day are, and the data needs to be getting monitored, and royalties need to be going to the Musica or Gamro, and then it needs to trickle to the artist. But that system right now is not flowing, and that's something that needs to be worked on, you know. But the last time I spoke to Gamro, they were working on a system to monitor everything that was happening. But I asked them, where's my money? They didn't have anything for me then. So it's like, if there's no money, it's not going to encourage no artist to want to register. To get it, because at the end of the day, every artist is hustling to make money as well as get their name out there. So there needs to be some sort of injection and incentive to get these artists to want to sign up.
Okay, all right. Now let's concentrate on some of the things you've done so far. You've worked with quite a number of big names, from Sean Paul to Ed Sheeran. You brought him over to Ghana. You got him hooked onto Wache and all that. How were those experiences for you, and what motivated you to bring down these big stars as well to the motherland? Yeah,
because usually when you meet someone out there, they invite you to, like, yeah, I love your music. Yeah, I love your music too. Let's go to the studio. And then you meet somewhere in London, or you meet somewhere in LA, or somewhere in Europe or America. But this time I was like, nah, let's go to Ghana. Like, if you love Afrobeats, then come to Ghana, because that's the home of Afrobeats to me. It's like, yeah, I'd love to come over there. So it was that kind of conversation, and we stayed in touch. And he took a break from music, so he messaged me saying, is the offer still up? I go, yeah, of course. Like, let's do this. So he booked his ticket, I booked mine. I was doing shows, so I cleared my schedule for him, and we actually met in Ghana. We stayed for a week or so. So it was a situation where I pushed to invite him to come here instead of us linking over there and probably making music over there. But he wanted to come here. So when he came, he saw our culture. He fell in love. Like, we're having wache for breakfast. I've had to cut down on my wache because it's too much carbs in the morning. But it's a beautiful tradition that he fell in love with. And he loves spicy food as well, so he just loved it. He's continued to even promote Ghana in every interview, because we had a conversation about us changing the narrative of our country, of Africa. So he contributes by him sharing his story and letting people know about the music that he experienced, the world-class music that he made, because he made a song that went onto the album to win the Grammy. You get it? So he can testify to people that you can actually come here, make great music, eat good food, have some nice drinks, enjoy yourself, even invest in land. He even donated to the school in Akosombo. So
wonderful.
Yeah, we managed to buy a school bus and build the bridge.
Cool.
The bridge that we're standing on in Boame. This is a bridge that Ed contributed to us building, because it was actually wooden before, and there was a stream. Every time it would rain, so it would be dangerous for the kids to cross it. And it was the bridge that leads the community to the school. It's a bridge that leads the community to the school. So building that bridge was so important, and he contributed to that. So to me, when I bring people over, it's more than music. It's for them to fall in love with the country and invest in the country. Yeah.
All right. Now, talking about you and Ed Sheeran creating magic when you guys came through to Ghana, and the song going on to win a Grammy. Well, listeners, in case you're wondering, here's the song. Baby, I beg you, yeah.
I lost my shoes last night. I don't know where I put my keys. I was tired and fell asleep beneath an oak tree. I bet my mother's proud of me, from each scar upon my knuckle and each graze upon my knee. And all I know is I got a cab and then threw up upon his car seat. He kicked me out and then I walked in the rain. I tell myself in every way I won't be doing this again, and tomorrow's a brand new day. Someone told me, always say what's on your mind, and I am only being honest with you. I get lonely and make mistakes from time to time. Say no man call, yeah. Baby, I beg you, yeah.
Okay, so Ed Sheeran says Bibi Abe Ye, but how easy or hard was it to get him to sing in our language?
He wanted to, because everyone around him was speaking Tree. So he's like, nah, I want to make a song in Tree. And it was a good challenge for him, because he likes challenges, and he nailed it. Like, he was actually quite fast at it. So
I see.
It was fun.
Do you guys still have something in the works that you probably will drop sometime soon?
We do.
Oh, I see.
There's a couple songs on the album that he contributed to.
Okay.
And yeah, we definitely got some more stuff, and I can't wait for the world to hear it because it's different level stuff.
Okay.
And I'm really excited to let the world see it.
Okay. Now, Fuse, you own an amazing house in East Legon with a swimming pool and all that. Have you considered moving fully to Ghana?
Yeah, and I mean, I pretty much come like almost every month. So
almost every month.
Yeah, because I love Ghana like that, and I make all my music is made here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know you have a set up at home and all that.
There. Studio, factory. For the fashion line, everything's the editing suite for editing videos and all that. Everything is there, So definitely, I love coming back home to make music, and Ghana's like a couple hours away from me. It's not that far.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Now, since you're in town quite often, I'm sure you do pay attention to the news and all that. First of all, on the musical note, what do you make of all the beef going on?
What's the beef? Between who and who?
Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, and all that. Do you believe in beef in music?
No, I'm a vegan.
I had a feeling you're gonna pull that off. I see. So you don't believe in beef?
No. Because it's not necessary. Because there's a bigger battle out there for
which
us to
is conquering the world.
Exactly. For us to be having tribal wars. We need to focus on the bigger battles. But, sometimes it's healthy for a certain period of time. But when it drags on for too long, almost like we're dragging each other down. So definitely, when it's healthy and it's exciting for that moment. But let's all now move together and see how we can conquer the world together.
Okay. But who would you name as your allies when it comes to the music industry in Ghana?
Sark, Shatta, Joey B, of course, Kwame Eugene and Kiddy. I really love them. I want to help them, but in terms of my peers, people like Sark and Shatta.
Yeah.
I love Stonebwoy as well. So I actually, I'm friends with all of them.
I remember the first and only time I met the late Ebony was at your house.
Yes.
You invited us over, and
I know.
I don't know, were there plans to work with her and all that?
There was, because I was a big fan, and I'd been speaking to Bullet for a while. He came to the house, and and at the time we had this magazine, this big magazine at the house, Mr. Hackett. Yeah, that's ID magazine came to the house, and they wanted to know the hottest artists, the up and coming, artists who are going to take over, African music, and I nominated Ebony.
Oh, I see.
As one of the main artists.
Wow.
I nominated Kim Promise.
Okay.
And I think those were the two main that I nominated. I nominated Feli Nuno. And I think there was one more person I need to try and remember.
Adina? Or
no.
Miss V?
Even at the time.
Was it just females?
No, it was actually Kim Promise was in there.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I love Adina though. I love Adina.
Okay.
But at the time, the people that I was around, and it was the Ebony and the Kim Promise. There was a couple other people that I actually nominated that I said to them, these are the future of Ghana music, and it was that's it. B for Bona.
B for Bona.
Yeah.
I see.
B for Bona as well. A couple other people, because I like embracing new talent, and at the time all of them were up and coming, all of them were. This is like 2 years ago now, actually. But it's beautiful to know that these guys are interested in Ghana music, but we all have to move together and push them on these other platforms, because our music needs to be, for us to make an impact in the world, it needs to go outside of Ghana as well.
I know you do listen to the news. I don't know. Let me just pick your mind on this. What do you make of the whole men's gold situation?
Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning about it. So you would need to educate me more, because from what I've seen, like I said, I come like every month or so.
Yeah.
I came, and then there was xylophone building here, xylophone building there, this building there.
Did you at any point in time get in touch with them?
And then the next month there was a radio station, and then and then I came back again and there was problems. So I came back again and business is shut down. You know, it's just I haven't got enough information to make a decision on it.
Okay. But at no point did you have any contact with them music-wise?
No, not music-wise, but we bumped into each other.
Okay.
You know, like at Gooba.
Okay.
Even in London, you know, he's at Gooba.
Oh, so you met Nana Pia there?
Yeah, but
Nana
I
Pia
haven't
Mensah.
met him officially though.
Okay.
We've just been in the same building, in the same
Okay.
And you know, when you don't know someone, I respect people before I get to know them. Like if I see you doing your thing, you have to respect it regardless, you know.
Okay.
But me, the things that I'm reading now, I'm trying to understand it and I'm asking questions. I was even asking Gordon, you know, what's going on? Why is everybody protesting? I don't know. Maybe you might want to teach me because I'm very. I like learning.
I'll brief you off air.
Is it that complicated? Yeah.
Are you a big fan of R. Kelly?
Am I a big fan of R. Kelly? Yeah, I love R. Kelly's music.
Have you watched Surviving R. Kelly?
I haven't watched it yet, but it doesn't look good. We have to protect our black women. That's very important. And you know, as black men, we fight each other because of black women. You know, because you know, when I'm trying to impress you, I'm impressing you because of probably a woman. I'm buying a flashy car. I'm not doing it because there are no guys. You know, that's how powerful women are. Women are like, black women are like God.
Yeah.
You get it? So if you're disrespecting God, you know, you're disrespecting your whole life. Do you get it? So and that's what I'm seeing from what I've read so far, and it's not looking good, and it's very disappointing to, you know, hear and read everything that I'm reading. You know, I've been disappointed in R. Kelly, you know, in the past. With
Do you
what
think
I've-
fame?
what I've
Do
read.
you think fame changed him?
I don't know how he was before fame, so I wouldn't be able to judge him after fame. You know, I don't know him, so it would be hard for me to tell. But I mean, when I say I've been disappointed in the past, is, you know, the way he answered certain questions.
Yeah.
You know, was a bit, you know, a bit suspicious. You know, when you're asked, you know, what do you think is right to be messing with teenagers, and he's asking,
What do you mean by
teenagers? You know, like that was too suspicious.
Yeah.
You know, but now everything is looking a lot more concrete. You know, and I don't like to judge people without knowing the full story. But I'm yet to watch the whole thing, and I'm yet to really decide. But it looks like everybody's angry at him. You know, but I don't think...
The women definitely are, and a lot of people that respect black women are
as
well.
We should channel that anger into protecting their victims.
Yeah, true.
Rather than
agree
being
to that.
angry at him, because if he's that bad, then he's not worth getting angry at. You know, of course he needs to be dealt with, but we need to channel that anger into protecting the victims.
Okay.
And any future, and our kids. You know,
Okay.
because this case should be a lesson to us protecting our kids in general.
Okay, true. Now, Fuse, you've had a very good relationship with your team, and at a certain point, one notable person that was considered when it came to your brand was Killbeat, that played a vital role.
Big up Killbeat.
Yes, we did hear of a fallout of some sort. I don't know what exactly happened, but how's the relationship like?
Yeah, no, we're good actually. I mean, we still have new music coming up.
Okay, you guys are working together again?
Yeah, we still have new music coming up, so we're actually cool. It's just things happen in relationships, in families, you know. He's still classed as family, you know, and I try not to, you know, speak on things that are personal, because when you have a problem with your friend, you try and sort it out with your friend.
Okay.
But because of the kind of people that we are, it becomes a public, you know, situation. But definitely, I love him so much, and I do everything that I can to protect him, or, you know, to do the right thing by him.
Fuse, you are a worldwide celebrity, and do women throw themselves at you?
Do women throw themselves at me? Men throw themselves at me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's all love. I'm being serious.
really?
Yeah. But it's all love. Are you going to drop a bomb on this one? You know, the love is universal, man. We get, you know, of course, you know, but as an artist, you know, you have to learn how to be disciplined, and learn how to move the right way, especially the kind of person I want to be, the kind of artist and the kind of direction that I want to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
but is there a woman in your life?
Yeah, there is.
Can we get a name?
No, you can't get a name. No. There's no names.
Is there a reason why you keep your love life away from your brand?
Yeah, because the brand is different from my private life. I keep my private life private.
Okay, so what's next for you? Like, when are you getting married? We've seen a lot of people getting married lately, including myself.
Yo, congratulations, man. When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
You're already like me. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah, so I'll soon join you because I want to have kids, So
How many kids do you want to have?
a lot. I want to have a lot of kids, like maybe 10.
10?
As it just registered.
10?
Yeah, no, I do want a lot of kids. I mean, I already have a lot of kids in Akosombo, in the school. But
How many kids do you have in the school?
About 200. Yeah.
200?
Yeah. So I have so much love for kids, man, because they're godly. There's something godly about kids, something innocent about kids. So we need to really protect them and teach them the right way. So definitely, I want to have a lot of kids. So maybe you teach me the ropes now.
Okay, all right. I'll be glad to do that. I'll be glad to do that.
I'm glad
to do that. So what's next for Fuse? It's a brand new year. What's your agenda for this year?
The agenda for the year, the album is coming out. By Ghana Independence, you have a new Fuse ODG album, New African Nation. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot more conferences and shows. Look out for Tina Fest again. But this time it's going to be bigger and better. Because, I love seeing everybody come out the way they came out. And, we even announced it late. You get it? This time we'll announce it way in advance so you can get your ticket way in advance so we can make it the biggest festival that Africa's ever seen. As well as that, the Nana dolls is going to be rolled across Africa. We're going to do a campaign.
Wonderful.
Because, when you go to these toy stores, all you see is white dolls and it doesn't reflect the consumer. So we're going to take it across, of course, the whole of Ghana. So big up Game for stocking Nana dolls. They've been selling out like crazy. Sold out in Kumasi a couple of days ago. Sold out in Accra, like every week it sells out. So we're gonna roll it across Africa.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that we have coming up this year.
Wonderful. Fuse, I admire you for your patriotism.
Mr.
I admire you for your focus.
Thank you.
And keep on keeping on. I mean, you're a national asset.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, man.
And I wish you the very best in 2019 as well.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to a lot this year.
Yeah, and I want to say big up Sammy Forson. He's one of the people who understand the mission. His mentality is different. You're a new African, and I love that.
Thank you.
You embrace your culture, you push your people, you protect your people, and you know what's happening. And that's why I feel like you appreciate the journey a lot more than other people, because you know what we're going through, you know the battles, and you know that we're still fighting for our country. So thank you so much for your support.
Thank you too, my brother.
So next time I'll interview you.
All right. Well, on that note, it's a wrap for Personality Profile right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Well, big thank you to Adam Knighty, Philip Nye as well for holding me down. And making way for the news at 8. Right after that, we have the legend, Belay, of course, on the music mix right here on Joy 99.7 FM.
Joy 99.7.